Hi, it's Sleeved RN23, and I'm here to tell you why I chose Tijuana, Mexico to have vertical sleeve gastrectomy, VSG. First off, looked into having VSG here in the United States. I looked at a few physicians, signed up for a few consultations, and in between following through with going to those consultations, I mentioned VSG to a coworker. And I didn't know this, but she had VSG already, and she had it in Tijuana, Mexico with Pompeii Surgical. So when she told me that and told me how much cheaper it was, she was a self-paid client as well. I began to look into it. She spoke very highly of the care she received over there, as well as just the whole experience as a whole. So I started doing my research on Pompeii. I joined the Facebook group. I looked up the credentials of the doctors that work there. I looked for any maybe possible lawsuits or anybody that may have complained about Pompeii. I joined several other Tijuana groups just to see what people were saying in those groups about Pompeii. And 95% of everything that I've looked at and reviewed were all good. The 5%, I mean, I've seen people have complications and stuff just from the Pompeii group. But one thing that I do love about the Facebook group for Pompeii Surgical is that it's totally unfiltered. If you ask a question, people are going to answer. And even if you're a person who has had complications from surgery in Tijuana at Pompeii, they're not going to delete your question, or they're not going to delete you posting your concerns or what you didn't like or what. And so for me, that was very important, because I don't want to go to a company who filters the truth. Because for me, that's almost being dishonest. And I want to go somewhere where I feel safe and comfortable and know that I'm in good hands. So a lot of the complications that I've seen people talk about in the actual Pompeii Surgical group, they either had pre-existing conditions going on or stuff like that. It's something previously that they had going on, or they already had illnesses, or different things like that. So I really am not worried about complications, simply because I'm completely healthy. I've followed up with my PCP, and he has agreed to do my follow-up care for me. I've met with a dietitian, and she knows my plans, and she's agreed to be on board with me to make sure that I'm getting the nutrients that I need. So I've taken a lot of steps over here beforehand that are actually required by the United States if you have, or insurance companies, if you have the surgery here in the US. So I followed those, some of those requirements, just to ensure that I'm educated and that I know what I'm doing and getting myself into for after the fact. So outside of being directed to Pompeii from a coworker, like I said, I'm involved in the Facebook group. So if you're looking at different places, I would encourage you to join Facebook groups just to see what patients are saying. Like I said, Pompeii is not a filtered Facebook group, even though it's run by the company. But you do get some Facebook groups that are run by companies that are filtered, So you have to be aware of that. I Googled Pompeii Surgical to look up any reviews that could be out there on the internet that wasn't directly on Facebook or directly on their website. Because again, I want to know the good, bad, and the ugly. I want to know what I'm getting myself into, possible complications, and what anybody's experience was like that has gone to the surgery center that I'm going to. The total cost for Pompeii was $4,500. I'm paying a $500 deposit when I get there. and there's a $200 service fee for financing it. So my total financing cost was $4,200, and I'll pay around $210 a month for 23 months. So I didn't think that was bad. What else? That's the main price, honestly, is the main reason I chose Pompeii. Here in the US, we make the cost of healthcare so expensive, and it sucks that people who provide the healthcare, like us nurses, or like me, nurses, physicians, well, physicians, they can probably afford it, but people who provide the healthcare can't even use the healthcare, or you make us jump through 50 million loops just to use the healthcare that we pay for, you know, bi-weekly or monthly. So, but it is what it is. I've chosen Pompeii. My surgery date is December the 14th of this year. And so I'm about 6 weeks out, and I am excited. I've started already buying like pajamas and just different things that I think I'm going to need for surgery over there. And I will keep you guys updated. My next video will probably be closer to the time I'm leaving. I'll do what I'm taking, what I feel like I need, and I'm gonna update. I'm gonna record from beginning to end over there. So if you're interested in knowing what happens in Tijuana, Mexico for VSG, subscribe, like, comment, and tell me what you want me to record.